Is your feed suddenly full of headlines about the hantavirus cruise ship story? Same. So let's get an understanding of what's actually going on so we can answer the most important question. How worried should you be, and do you need to panic buy toilet paper? The ship is called the MV Hondias, and this isn't a normal cruise ship doing cocktails, sun lounges, and quiz nights. This is a polar expedition ship. It takes passengers to remote places like the Antarctic, so it's more penguins and icebergs than poolside karaoke. The ship had left Ushuaia in Argentina, which is right down at the southern tip of South America. From there, it traveled through remote areas and was eventually heading towards Cape Verde off the west coast of Africa. Then at around St. Helena, people started getting seriously ill, and first people were becoming very unwell with an illness that was affecting their breathing. Then passengers died. One of the seriously ill passengers was taken to a hospital in Johannesburg, South Africa, where testing helped confirm it was hantavirus. Now, hantavirus is not brand new. It's a family of viruses, usually linked to rodents. People normally catch it by breathing in tiny particles from infected rodent urine, dropping saliva, then nesting material, and the symptoms start off like annoyingly ordinary. At the beginning, it can look like flu or a stomach bug or fever, tiredness, muscle aches, headache, sometimes nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. But in serious cases, it can move to the lungs, coughing, shortness of breath, chest tightness, pneumonia, and severe breathing problems. However, this particular outbreak is being watched very closely because the strain involved appears to be called the Andes virus. Now, most hantaviruses are not known for spreading from person to person, but the Andes virus is the unusual one, obviously, and it's been known to spread between people, usually through close contact or prolonged contact. So health authorities are not treating this casually. However, they're also not saying this is the next COVID. The medical teams boarded the ship, passengers and the crew were monitored, and people with a suspected infection were medically evacuated for treatment. Reports say passengers were told to remain in their cabins, disinfection measures are being carried out, and international health authorities are coordinating what's going to happen next. 2 British nationals who had left the ship earlier are self-isolating in the UK, but as yet have not reported symptoms. Another former passenger has tested positive in Switzerland, and there's also a case possibly linked to somebody who was not on the ship. A KLM flight attendant who reportedly had contact with one of the infected passengers has had mild symptoms, is in isolation, and is being tested. But that doesn't mean this is suddenly spreading freely through the public. It means that authorities are doing exactly what they should be doing: tracing close contacts, isolating possible cases, testing people, and trying to stop any onward spread. So yes, it is serious and it is being watched closely. But based on the current public health information, this is not being treated as the next global pandemic. So no, you probably don't need to panic buy toilet paper, but it is worth understanding what is actually happening because the facts are serious enough without adding mass internet panic. True story. Okay, bye.